are one. We are and we are love. For we are one. We are, and we are light. We are. You love me so much more than I could ever know. Your love is deeper than this world will ever show. And all of life's beauty shines around this moment now. The sky and the cliffs, they seem to change my life somehow. And I will never be the same. Will never be the same. Whoa, 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 I will never be the same. Never be the same ever again. Well, here I am waiting, Lord, my life is just for you. Please unfold all the plans that you would have me do. And if all the world's just a breath and nothing's here to stay, then all of the love we feel will save us anyway. Will never be the same, never be the same. Whoa, I will never be the same, never be the same ever again. same. Hello and welcome to an impromptu SDAQ&A, season 8, episode 5, and we've got a few of you watching. Why am I doing this impromptu episode? 2 reasons. In our previous interview, which we just finished, I was interviewing James Baber and Stephen Pincher, and we had a great discussion about the clear word paraphrase and its impacts on the Adventist Church. Fascinating interview. And we also realized, well, I've known for a little while, but I didn't think the day would come. April 22, Facebook stopped giving us the ability to go live via a third-party app such as Zoom, Restream, StreamYard, which means I can't go live into Facebook, which is very frustrating via Restream, which is the platform I use. So, yeah, it was very annoying, and I'm coming on because Michael C. in the previous interview was having a real go at James Baber. And James, of course, runs the show Academy Apologia, the YouTube channel. Defeating Adventism is a kind of a mini series, a big series within his YouTube channel. And Michael in the comments, and I hope you're watching, Michael, was saying things like, oh, you know, I'm paraphrasing, ironically, you know, what a hypocrite James is. He's been invited on a show and won't come on. And so I said, come on the show, Michael, and we don't have to have a planned conversation, but just show that you're real, show that you're a person. I always enjoy your comments. I really appreciate your involvement in SDA Q&A, whether we agree or disagree. So I said, come on the show, and I've posted the link. Let me post it again in here. And that way, if Michael is watching, he can just simply click that link. I've just put it there in the comments so that Michael can join the show. So twofold, to have Michael have the opportunity to do what he claims James wouldn't do, accept an invitation to be on a show. Well, maybe it wasn't convenient time for James. Maybe James would prefer to do a show on his terms. When I did a program critiquing some of the leaders in the North New South Wales Conference office, one of the guys wrote to me and said, I need you to come and talk to me in my office. And I wrote him and said, come and talk to me in my office. The Kurunbong takeaway. And he didn't write back. And so that might be the same kind of thing, Michael C., that James just wanted it on his terms, was busy, couldn't do it. I'm looking forward to having Edwin Cotto from the Adventist Defence League, ADL. He and I have been chatting randomly over the last year, and he has accepted, so that's going to be great. But in the meantime, we're two things. I'm wanting Michael to come on the program and just have a chat. I'm not going to quiz you or go deep, just a friendly little 10-minute chat. I've got to go in 15 minutes. So I just wanted a quick chat.
And the second thing is I'm trying to work out workarounds so that when I have my interview tomorrow with Michael Campbell, where we will be discussing his 2 books. He's written more than just these 2, but there's 2 books, 1919 and 1922. We're going to be chatting that. So I'm just trying to get a workaround so that we'll be able to go live into Facebook and into YouTube as well. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. My wife, Barbara, has bought me some lunch. Thank you, Barb. Appreciate it. That is awesome. So I'll be able to have a little bit of lunch while we chat as well. So yeah, 2 things. One, I wanted to get Michael on the program and just have a quick chat. So there's the link above. You can see in the comments, whichever side they are for you. You come and join us. We're live in Facebook, but only if you click the YouTube link. I don't know how I'm going to work around that. Like so many Facebook groups are being affected by this. It's incredible to have spent years building up engagement, community, which we'll still have in our Facebook group. But to not be able to go live into the group from the Restream platform is just really difficult. So anyway, I'm trying to get Michael on, and I'm also hoping that I can experiment with some of this as well. Now, I'm just going to read some final comments that came up just as the last episode finished. I really wanted to bring up something Gillian Ford had said. She said they used the word apostate in 1983 for Des and her, Smuts and Noel Mason as well, Smuts Van Rooyen. But they didn't announce it, i.e. it was used behind the scenes and in the workers' policy, October 1982. Thank you, Gillian. And that's kind of what I'm calling out. All this behind the scenes stuff. People might have known about it, but did they speak up about it? The irony is I'm trying to encourage the progressive Adventists to speak up. Am I blaming them for not speaking up? I wouldn't call it blame. Cajoling is a bit of a hard word too. Not sure what I'd call it. And David Schramm has written, hey, Peter, well, at least I showed up. Let's jam. That's a good idea. And Moto Sapien still up and watching. What time is it for you? Before the craziest starts. Hi, Peter. I got to go on a family vacation, so I missed everything last week. Did I miss? There were some great interviews last week. Highly recommend that you go and watch them. Let me refresh people's memories. There was a really fantastic. I'll just do them in order. I had a fantastic interview with Dr. Denny Fortin about his new book on the President Butler. And before that was a fantastic conversation with Arthur and Teresa Beam. They interviewed me. And that's on the wall somewhere there. And before that, in another incredible interview we had with Dr. Matthew J. Lucio. TED Stops the Slippage. So I encourage you to go back and watch those 3 interviews. I was a pig in mud. They were fantastic. And just a reminder that tomorrow, so let me get the times right. Wednesday, 10:30, Sydney, New South Wales. Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern, which is 5:30 LA. I'm going to be chatting to Michael W. Campbell. Cannot wait to do that. That's going to be amazing. And then the following day, back to Thursday, 12:30 my time, 7:30 p.m. Wednesday LA time, we'll be interviewing Glenn Sackett. He's a regular here on the program. And Barry Ford's watching. What is the issue with Michael C? I think I just explained. Hopefully you heard that. Now, look, Jim has written, Michael, where are you? Searcher has written, Michael C., come out, wherever you are. GD has written, Michael showing is as likely as the Sunday law coming to pass next week. And James has written, I was an ordained deacon, and I'm so looking forward to sharing my experience with the SDAQ Church and why I left. I'm a chaplain and must get to sleep now. Great, Jim. Let's get you on the program as well. Jennifer is watching. Welcome, Jennifer. We're just going for another 5 minutes just to see if Michael does show. And the Michael Campbell that I referenced to the interview tomorrow is not the Michael C. we are referring to today. It's only 10:45 on the west coast of the US. I'll definitely check out where you were interviewed. It was a fascinating interview. I think I revealed too much about myself. And we've got, looks like Michael Campbell is the only Michael who's showing up on the show. That's true, GD. Hey, look, why don't we just have fun? You guys, come and join me on the show. Click the link. Anyone who wants to. John Kohler has already clicked it. Yeah. What are you meaning there, Jimmy? I'm excited about that Peter night, everyone. Come on. You guys watching. Just for fun while I have my lunch. When I get a couple of you on there, we'll bring you on. John is there. John, can you make sure your camera's on as well? It's a bit funny eating in front of you. Let me do it very politely. Rodney. Well, if Rodney's watching, he can come on the show. JD just said that, suggested it. So I'm just going to sit here and eat for a minute. And anyone, click that link. Come and join me. I'll bring John Kohler on in a minute. And yeah, we'll Barry Ford has said, we seek him here, we seek him there. Us Dixonites seek him everywhere. Is he in heaven or is he in hell? That damned elusive Michael C. Pimpernel. No. I think I better turn the mic off, Adrian. It's sounding a bit like you can hear me. I don't know if I can actually eat at the same time. So those watching, we're waiting for Michael C. I'm having some lunch. I'll be here for the next 5 or 10 minutes. Click the link above and let's just come on the show. Just click it. I'll wait a couple of minutes while I have a few more bites here. Come on the show and hey, where did David Schramm's come on? Good, we'll bring you on in a minute. Where did John go? Where are you, John? You were watching. Come on, John. Going to bring whoever joins, whoever clicks that link is going to come on the program in a couple of minutes. Just going to have a quick eat. Just relax, and we'll be back with hopefully a few more of you. So come on, just come and join the program. I'm just going to put a little bit of music on in the background while I eat, and we will be right back.
You love me so much more than I could ever know. Your love is deeper than this world will ever show. And all of life's beauty shines around this moment now. The sky and the cliffs, they seem to change my life somehow. And I will never be the same. Will never be the same. Whoa, 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 I will never be the same, never be the same ever again. Well, here I am waiting, Lord, my life is just for you. Please unfold all the plans that you would have me do. And if all the world's just a breath that nothing's here to stay, and all of the love we feel will save us anyway. And I will never be the same, will never be the same. Oh, I will never be the same, will never be the same ever again. Never be the same.
Hello, excuse me. Still got a mouthful of pizza. Hey, a couple of people going to join us, and this is just a bit of fun while we wait for Michael C to see if he turns up. I don't know, some of the things you said against James. Michael C, where are you? You've been invited. Not convenient time. Maybe that was the same for James. So come and join me. Click that link. I've put it there. I'm going to chat for 5 more minutes. Then I have to race off to another podcast that I run. So we're going to bring on David Schramm. How are you, David? Good to see you.
Hey, Peter. Great to see you.
Yeah, this is an unexpected pleasure. And we're bringing on John. Now, John's just on audio. Can you talk, John?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes,
We can
how
hear
are
you.
you?
Great. Nice to finally hear your voice.
Yes, I finally got to see you at the FAF, but I forgot to come over because it was quite distracting meeting so many
What? I thought
influencers.
there was someone that I kept looking at and thinking, I know this person, and neither of us went and spoke to each other because I thought, I don't want to kind of be imposing and saying, I think I know you. And you were looking, there's people talking. Should I go up? And I know who it is. So yeah, I can
Good.
put a face to it, even though you've got the camera off.
Well, I was in bed with the CPAP and all.
I wonder if I can bring the video on, but just with just the picture. It's not letting me do that. So we've got 2 people on. We've got David Schramm and we've got John. Now, how do I pronounce Koala? Koala?
That's very close. That's phonetically right, but we pronounce it Kaler, like Taylor. It used to have the umlaut.
Kayla, I like it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, yeah, were you watching, both of you, when Michael C. was putting out all that stuff on poor James, who I think has every right, like everybody does, to share their opinion on various topics? So,
Yes.
John, you were watching that. Does
Oh, yes.
Does anyone know Michael C? Like,
I don't.
no. What about you, David?
No, some of the comments and stuff he's made, I don't know if he lives in my area, because I used to be an elder and deacon at Steve Bohr's church here in the Fresno area.
All right.
I stopped attending that church and went to another one around 2009. But some of the stuff he said, he keeps referring or asking if I knew Steve Bohr or whatever. So I don't know if he's from the
From that area.
Fresno, California area or what.
Mm.
Yeah, I was looking forward to having him have a nice chat with you.
I know. I would love him to come on. And look, he will come on. He's accepted coming on once we've chatted about the bullet points and stuff. But I just wanted a quick, like literally, can only be here for a few minutes. I just wanted a quick chat with Michael. How you going? Like we're doing here. We didn't have to go deep in theology. I wasn't going to attack him about James. And he's, I don't even know if he's watching now or not. But yeah. Will Michael C. turn up? It's not looking like it, unless he joins in the next couple of minutes.
Now, come on, Michael. We're waiting for you.
Now, I've interviewed Dave before. I'd love to interview you, John, at some point. And David, you've got a big thing coming up tomorrow where you're talking to your pastor about some of the key things that you've got issues with. What are some of the topics you're going to raise?
Yeah, I want to talk about like the investigative judgment and some of the things like with what's his name? Is it Ted Wilson? Is that the where he said something that really bothered me was when he said, "Hey, either believe in Ellen White or leave the Adventist church." And I heard that, it was kind of like, whoa,
yeah.
I think I'm leaving.
Incredible, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's things that I like about Ellen White's writings and stuff, but there's some things that the past, what is it, like 5 months, I think December, when I found your channel and everything, my eyes have just been open to, instead of being this tunnel vision of Adventism, just starting like, hey, I'm going to start really, do I really believe this? Is this really factual?
Yeah.
And
it's
funny because one of my guitar students, we almost have like Bible studies instead of guitar lessons, and he challenges me on things. That's what really got me thinking and deeper into my Bible. So I'm just going to have like a friendly conversation with my pastor and just say, hey, I'm troubled about this.
Yeah. I mean, probably your time there now, it's getting quite late, I imagine. Like, is it 10:30?
About 11 o'clock,
yeah.
11 at night.
Yeah, me too.
You too as well, John. And
Yes.
my interview tomorrow with Michael W. Campbell is going to be 5:30 LA time. So we'll be finished around 8:30. Can you have your Bible study with your pastor around 9 or 8:30, and then and see if he'd come on here? And I'll just sit like this and go. I just want to see the conversation and be a fly on the wall.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to him about your show and everything, because we're meeting like I think around noon or 12:30.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow.
So that'll be a bit.
Yeah, he's got a really tight schedule, so
yeah, of course.
Fit me in.
They're very busy, the Adventist pastors. Very busy. Now what was I going to say? Oh, when I interviewed Bill Gates, not the billionaire, a new technique I discovered that works quite well when you're talking about the sanctuary and the investigative judgment is ask your pastor to say, okay, imagine the time of trouble is here. What's that look like? And get him to unpack it, and then get him right up to the plan of salvation, take him through the time of trouble, and just say, okay, so what happens next? Okay, so when probation closes for everybody, Jesus has, fought on our behalf. The righteous are chosen. And then what happens next? And ask him what happens next after that. And then say to him, so then when Jesus removes himself as intercessor and people have to stand in the time of trouble, they've already been chosen as righteous, but they have to prove now to vindicate God and prove Satan's claim that he was wrong, that people can't keep the commandments, to show to the angels and the rest of the world what happens next. And then say, okay, and after that, those that have succeeded and get to go to heaven, what happens next? And just instead of kind of getting them to defend the belief with Bible claims, just say what's going to happen, and get them to unpack for what they believe is going to happen. And you'll suddenly find that they go, oh, I'm not sure. Oh, they'll get the timeline wrong, guaranteed.
Yeah, that is so true. I had no idea about Adventist doctrines until I left.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm fourth generation Adventist with
Wow.
great uncles as conference presidents. Timothy Gillespie was raised as my little cousin here in Riverside. I mean, we were entrenched, but fortunately around 1980, Glendale did not really promote Ellen G. White doctrine because of Walter Ray.
Yeah.
And one weekend we had to clean out our RV, which I was very upset at 15. And little did I know until last year, I figured out that Neil Wilson stayed in our RV while he was visiting in Glendale to resolve the Walter Ray issues. But I was spared a lot of Ellen G. White doctrines.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's interesting too, because oh good, we're bringing on Jennifer, and is it Lon or Lonnie? Hey guys.
Hey.
Oh, nice to see your faces.
Hey,
So we've
Peter.
got 3 people with us now. We've got David Schramm, we've got Jennifer, and is it Lonnie or Lon?
Lonnie, yes.
Lonnie, and we've got John Kaler. And
well done.
So I've got it now, John. And John's just talking a little bit about his experience there, where a lot of us growing up didn't know a lot about Ellen White. We were just kind of given a lot of the good vibes, And so, John, what were when you started, what I asked Stephen Pincher before, what was the first red flag that came up for you?
Well, that she forbid us to say that we're saved. And I had read about 15 different versions of the Bible during COVID. And I just was shocked. And I thought, well, I'm a Christian now. I was born again. I'm going to look into my own church. And then I started reading Great Controversy and saw all the heretical contradictions about the atonement's not complete. There was no sacrifice for sins on the cross, and I just was in shock. And this is in 2022 I started reading her works.
Wow, so you're fresh like David is with this. And yeah,
right. I was there for 50 some years as a kind of Laodicean Adventist.
like me. That's like me too. Yeah, boy, we've got a lot in common. There's a lot of those that have left. And it's interesting looking into it, and I find it fascinating when I talk to Adventist apologists, particularly the progressive Adventist apologists.
I think you have to wait for it to stop working.
You've stopped working, have you, Lonnie? We can still hear you and see you, so it's just frozen your end. Hey, we've got Barry Ford we'll bring in, but it's interesting when I when I listen to the Adventist apologists and how firmly they kind of push this narrative of, oh, but that doesn't really matter, and oh, don't worry about that. But when you really drill into the Adventist teachings and doctrines and plan of salvation, I mean, yeah, sure, you can go, I don't want to believe in that, but you've kind of got to say it, I don't believe in that. And that's where the trouble comes, because if you do, you get into trouble. Hey, we're just going to bring Barry. Oh, we've lost Lonnie and Lynn. Here's Barry. Nice to see you, Barry. We've never met, have we? This is first time face to face. Looks like you got your curtains back there, and it's still light. Where's hey? We should do this more often. We've got William Scott's joined us with a fine-looking beard.
Known as Lone Viking on the chat.
And we've got Lonnie and Jennifer back.
All right.
Hey, we're going to do this a lot more often. I'll just do a show where I go, okay, who's up? Join me and we'll have a chat.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we'll do that. Now, look, I am going to have to run. I've got another. During lockdown, I did 11 different podcasts, different shows, because I was a musician and I had to just stop doing gigs. So I had some music lessons. I had one. There's so many. I won't even start naming them. And I still do a couple, but they're private.
Well, I like your beard, William.
Isn't it great? Yeah, John's just saying he likes your beard. I think it was John. So
Yeah,
look, just quickly,
Very.
while we've got time, John, I'd love you on the show sometime when you can come on with your face, because you've just said that you've gone to bed already. So you're speaking from bed. Barry Ford,
Yes.
nutshell version. What's your story? Can you hear me, Barry? Barry Ford, paging Barry Ford to the foyer. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you.
good. Tell us just in a nutshell, what's your quick story?
Well, yeah,
30 seconds.
I remember when I was over. Well, I've been brought up Adventist as a kid, and everyone's talking.
No. It's just a delay. There's just a delay. We'll stop talking and you carry on.
Yeah. Well, I was born into the Adventist church. I'm probably there's a bit of a delay there. It's confusing. Yeah, I was born in anyway, and brought up over at Tumut. You know where Tumut is?
I sure
Not
do.
far from Canberra. And I remember when I was a kid, there was the Brinsmeads. They would sit on the left-hand side of the church, and everyone else would sit on the right. That was when Brinsmead was, very sort of conservative, and But after that, there was the church become more evangelical, and that was good. We had ministers there who were fairly evangelical. As I just wrote here about 2 ministers in a row we had that didn't actually believe in the investigative judgment.
Yes, you put David. The church I attended, we had 2 ministers,
and
in
we had
a row. Well, so many of them don't. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna bring Moto Sapien on in a second. I'm sorry to cut you off there, Barry, but I literally have to go in a minute. But just William Scott, quickly tell us former Adventist, current Adventist, and then we'll
former Adventist. Left in the year 2000.
Right.
Grew up. My mother's side was Adventist. My dad's was Church of Christ.
Right.
So I always had a little bit of hesitancy about some of the stuff with Adventism. Eventually, what broke it for me was the view of the Bible, and finding out that the reason why there seemed to be such a discrepancy is that the Adventists believe in thought inspiration, where the words are not important, only the thoughts are. That's partly why it's tries so hard to nail them down.
Yes.
They go to a text and they say, well, yeah, that's what it says, but here's what it really means. Wink, wink. Then they read Ellen White into it.
That's right.
So I've been out 25 years now. And I'm
wow.
listening.
Hey, that's fantastic and good to see you. And I'd love to chat to you again too when we've got more time. We'll do this one day where I know I've got a couple of hours, and we'll just bring everyone on and we'll just have a big chat. I'm going to do it next week. So
that sounds great.
Keep an eye out for that. And got Moto Sapien. I'm putting a face to Moto Sapien. So your name's Joe. There we go.
Yep.
And I had no idea how old you were. Like sometimes people are boomers. Sometimes people are younger. You look like you're in your late 20s. So a lot younger than I thought.
Are kids allowed in here too?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not talking about the investigative judgment of the time of trouble. So there's no R rating.
No, do you have a motorcycle?
Let's just. Oh, yeah, Michael C is here, mate. Let's just bring him on in a second. Click the link. I'm just going to send him the link right at the. He's been watching. I bet he's got to go now. Quickly, Jennifer and Lonnie, and then Motor Sapien. I want you to tell us a little bit about Maxwell, and then Michael's going to come on, and I'll clear everybody off and just bring Michael on. So come on, Michael. Click that link. So Jennifer and Lonnie, quickly, and I've loved watching you guys comment and stuff. It's awesome to see you guys. So yeah, share us just quickly. What was the first red flag that you noted with Adventism? Jennifer and Lonnie.
What was the first what?
Red flag. What kind of made you first go, hang on a second, this is not adding up?
Good to see you too.
So can you share about what that first red flag might have been?
Who are you talking to, Pete?
He's
To
talking
Jennifer and Lonnie.
Oh,
Jennifer
okay.
and Lonnie. Sorry. There's some
Well-
delays, and the more we have on, the more delays there are.
Yeah, we probably. I used to teach for the church. Yeah, I used to teach for the church in Pennsylvania, and
Jen, speak and then wait for it to go. And then when it goes again.
okay, we've never done one of these.
You're doing well.
Yeah, I saw things when I was teaching for the church in small church schools.
Wait for it to stop.
That it's okay. It's okay. What? Yeah. That yeah, I didn't understand what the school board, what the decisions that they would make. I came out of I went to Adventist University. I went to Southern College in Tennessee. That's where I met my hubby. But I graduated from a public university with a special education degree. And so I went into little Adventist schools and would see kids that I thought needed to be tested for some extra help. And even in private schools, the public school can come into a private school and test the kids. And the parents, of course, have to sign approval for that. And they did. But my first red flag was that I started taking a little bit of heat when some of the kids who were like 2 or 3 grade levels behind, the school district would suggest that they needed special education services and that the private school couldn't provide that. So it was just things like that, but I probably wouldn't have left. We're kind of in a fog. I'm a third generation, my great grandparents,
Wow.
third or fourth generation Adventist.
See, Pete, it would have meant that they would have had to go to a different school. And rather than do that, they just pushed it under the rug.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. Hey, look,
Yeah.
I've got to pause everything. I'm going to remove some of you from the room. So good to. I'll just do this in order and thank people as we go. Thank you, Dave. Look forward to our next interview. Keep me posted with what's happening with your thing tomorrow, and we're definitely going to do this again next week. So we're going to invite everybody. I'm just going to go live. Who's watching? Come on, and we'll have way more time to go through and have a bit of a chat with everybody. So I'm looking forward to that new idea. So thanks, Dave. We'll say farewell to you, and John, thanks for coming on and staying up a bit later for us.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for everything you do.
Oh man, I really appreciate hearing that. That's fantastic. And next time we're in the same room, we're going to talk to each other.
Okay, you got it. I'll bring my Fender.
Oh yes, please. Oh
All right.
yes. David Schramm will like that too.
All right. Until next week.
Talk soon. Yes. And Barry, I think I've got an idea we've crossed paths at some point, so we'll have to chat about that in Canberra. So anyway, I'll say good night for now to you, Barry, and look forward to chatting next week. So keep an eye out. We're going to do this next week. Get a bunch of you on, and Michael C. Come on, click that link.
Okay, mate.
I'll talk soon, Barry.
Yep.
And we've got Michael C. there. He says, "You have my email, Michael. Just click the link in the thing there because I haven't got time to go looking for the email. I'm not going to quiz you, Michael. I just want to say hi, just like we're doing here. So come on, click that link. I've got about 2 minutes." And William Scott, love the beard. If you're around next week, we're going to have more of a chat. Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
And what I'll do,
good.
because there's a bit of delay, we'll have everyone in the green room, and I'll just keep bringing people on and off, and we'll have chat that way. So we'll talk
Peter,
to you next week.
Bye for now. We might watch a little bit more.
Yes, we'll look to. Thanks so much, Jennifer and Lonnie. I've loved chatting to you, and thanks
too,
so much
Pete.
for clicking the link. We'll see you soon. And Motor Sapien, tell us what's the story with Motor Sapien and the interest in Maxwell. What's his first name? John?
Graham. Graham is his first name.
Graham Maxwell. What got you interested in that?
It's a crazy long story. The biggest thing that I would say about his influence in my position is nobody has pushed me to read the Bible for myself more, or to see God as not an exacting, vengeful deity who says, "Do exactly what I say or I'll kill you." That's a lot of baggage to unload, a lot more than you would think it was, but has changed my perspective entirely to be, it's not just that you want to, or you're not obeying out of obligation. You're quote unquote obeying because you agree that the right thing to do is, or to do the right thing is because it's the right thing to do, not because there's some obligation to it.
Yeah. And do you think he, like, in many ways, he's kind of an underrated person on this playing field of academics and scholars and preachers? He seemed to fly under the radar a bit. So I'd love to get you on the program one day, and maybe if you've got some links and things we can kind of refer to. A lot of these guys were really trying to rescue Adventism from a lot of legalism, and Des Ford, because of the kangaroo court and because he was kind of singled out as the person they were going to kind of make an example of, it silenced a lot of the people like the Maxwells in many ways, and that to also go under the radar a bit. And I love that these guys did that, and I just lament that a lot of them didn't have a platform that was big enough, I guess. Yeah.
He did have a very popular Sabbath school study that he would do out of Loma Linda. And he did go around speaking about Desmond Ford after the fact as well. He did a series from Glacier View about a year after that was called The Larger View at Glacier View, which is available, where he kind of went over the biggest issue would be the premise itself, and that was something that wasn't really addressed at Glacier View, but he was an advocate for Desmond, that pushing him out would have the wrong send the wrong message, and that's where we are now.
Yeah Hey, well, look, so good to put a face to the name. Where did you come up with Moto?
It's good to talk to you, and
Moto Sapien.
It's good to talk to you and actually see if this mobile thing works out, as you can tell from the shaky cam.
It does work, though. It's very, very clear. And how did you come up with Moto Sapien?
I used to pseudo race motorcycles, so it just kind of came from Homo sapien, but for motorcycles, and looking for that evolution of man image, where it's like the monkey up to a man walking, but instead be the baby crawling, a strider, a bicycle, and then a motorcycle.
I could see a great T-shirt with that kind of evolution.
Exactly.
Well, great chatting to you. I'm going to run. I am going to sit here for 2 minutes to see. Michael says I need to send him the an email. I've got his email apparently, but I just looked Michael's. I've got about 10 Michael C's on there. So just click the link there, Michael. I'm not going to have I just want to say hi. So
We verified it works on mobile too.
yeah, brilliant. So we'll be able to chat to you. Let's pencil in next month, get some Maxwell information together. We'll do a whole show on Graham Maxwell.
That'd be awesome.
Was he the brother of the famous Arthur Maxwell, or the bedtime
His
story?
son.
He's the son. Actually, you did tell me that once before. Okay, mate. Until next time, good to see you. And
Great talking to you, Pete.
Let's watch for a couple of minutes and see if Michael C comes on. Will Michael
All right,
C
thanks.
turn up? See ya. Okay, so Michael C, I know you're watching. And I'm going to give 3 minutes. I've got. Click the link. I'm looking at emails. Can't see anything. Looking forward to my discussion tomorrow. By the way, I mentioned last week about my desire to get a proper SDAQ&A. It'll be SDAQ&A.com website. And Stephen Beagle's really helped me with just a great basic one. I'm trying to go next level now. And the annual cost was something 300-ish. And have raised since Thursday $260. So I really appreciate that. And if you care to support what I'm doing and see a website get set up, I'm going to at least try it for a year. And if I can get that just a little bit extra, I'll be able to pay for that year's worth subscription, and we'll hopefully see a decent website. So yeah, great. Couple of people just clicked then. Michael. So 61 Lone Viking, was that William? 61 Lone Viking. Or you're just watching. This was fun. See you next time. We're going to do this next week. Just random. When I've got some spare time, I'm just going to log in. Whoever's watching, we'll just have a conversation. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Okay. 1.5 minutes for Michael C. Are you still watching, Michael? Write in the comments. Let me know if you're still there. Mate, I don't know. What did you say? Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, David. Come on, Michael C. You got 2 minutes. You said some interesting things to James. You said James has to agree to go on Adventist Defense League. You said that he was a coward. I will when James goes on Adventist Defense League. Yeah, you see, this is the thing. You've got a reason why you can't come on the show. So does James. So stop having a go at him. But come on the show. I'm not going to go hard at you. Just going to have a chat. I'll come on when we plan the content. No need to plan the content. Just have a chat. Come on board. Let's see. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Come on, Michael. You can do it. Everyone's going to cheer. We'll be able to have a show that actually has you on it. 30 seconds. Come on for 30 seconds and say hi and give us a wave. You mentioned that James had a chance to expose SDAs and he ran. I'm sorry, but those are the facts. He has raised some good questions on SDA faith, and when he had the opportunity, he ran. Well, mate, you're running right now. You're watching, but you're running. Just come on, say hi. Yep. Okay. One more scan would be great. You can support me there at paypal.me/Peter Dixon Music. The music has become less of a focus. Okay, thanks for sticking around, everyone. Michael has bailed. You've lost a bit of face there, Michael. You officially can't criticize James Baber anymore. It's official. Okay, everyone. Hopefully catch you tomorrow. See ya. Live long and prosper.